Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a little while since I've done a vlog. I'm not really bothered with the background, as you can see, because it's not really a vlog. It's more of an update. Um, it is now Wednesday, the 8th of March. Just gone 1 o'clock in the morning. I went for an appointment. As you know, so before I say that, as you know, I like to be fairly transparent with you guys and dolls, with what's going on with my life and everything, my mental health, physical health, stuff like that. Um, Yesterday, Tuesday the 7th, I went for my annual medical for my mental health, mental, physical, medical, not a mental health, medical, but it's connected with my mental health because I'm on certain meds. They need to keep track of my health because they can mess with my internal body system and everything, apparently. So they need to keep track of my physical health. But yeah, went for that at 2:30 in the afternoon. I went for that. Everything was fine. Height fine, 170 centimetres, which is the same as what it's been for years now. I've lost a little bit of weight, down to 113 point something, so that was kind of cool because I was like 114.6 kilograms. So that was cool that I lost a little bit of weight. And then, what else was there? Did an ECG. That came back with slightly abnormal readings. Pardon me. Compared to last year, it was virtually identical. Last year's was fairly abnormal as well, so that's causing them a little bit of concern. They did a couple and they both were the same virtually, comparing that with the year before, so not entirely sure what that means. But at the moment they're not over, they're concerned, but they're not kind of like, oh, we've got to do this kind of thing. Went to do bloods. As you know, despite the fact I've got these things, and if you've known me for years, you'll have known I used to have them around here as well. As you know, I'm not that keen on bloods, needles, that kind of stuff. So I told the people that were doing the medical, look, I'm not good with this kind of stuff. So we'll take it easy, we'll take it slow. If we can't do it, we won't do it. So the guy was there poking around my arms, like prodding and poking with his finger, trying to find a vein. He found one in my left arm, but it wasn't brilliant. Tried my left hand, that was nothing. Tried my right arm, couldn't find anything. Tried my right hand, couldn't find anything. Went back to my left arm, tried that vein again, and it was a little bit better, but it was quite thin. It's like it was puffy, kind of like bouncy and puffy, like they're supposed to be. But it was really thin, so he wasn't sure if he'd be able to get a needle in there. And it's like, look, mate, I'm 90% sure I can do this. Do you want me to go ahead? I'm like, well, you might as well, because I'm only getting stressed out as it is anyway. So he put the needle in. He must have moved it a little bit or something, because I could feel uncomfortable with it. He was just about to draw blood as I suddenly went deathly pale white, lightheaded, went pasty. My eyes kind of like went all kind of fuzzy, misty. Yes, that was fun. And it was downhill from there on, really, because we had So I was like, you're gonna have to stop because if you carry on, I'm feeling like I'm gonna pass out. So I took the needle out, patted it all down, put plaster on it and everything. By this time, I was just getting worse. They did another blood pressure reading, and that had gone down from 120 something down to, I think it was 90 over 80, which is, I think is quite low. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm sure they said that was quite low. My stats or blood oxygen or whatever they was talking about was 80. It should be 95, 97, around about that kind of area minimum. So yeah, it was like 79, 80. So that kind of got them really concerned. Did another ECG again, a little bit dodgy. The nurse could barely feel my pulse in my wrist. The guy tried and he could barely feel it. My lips were going quite pale. I was still really pale. I was like really kind of like getting quite anxious at this point. So they went and got the nurse. She came. She was like checking stuff. She was like, again, she couldn't feel my pulse. About 10 minutes, and she couldn't feel my pulse at all. She took me temperature. That was okay. Temperature was normal, so it wasn't a fever or anything like that. Checked my blood pressure, checked my obs, stats, everything like that. All it kept going up to normal levels, and then it would just drop. Literally, it was like it would drop. They would tell me to do things, blah 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 blah, talk to me, kind of thing, and I'd be fine. And then they would talk about something, and then it would just drop again. So it did that a few times, and then like, look, we're gonna have to call the paramedics here. We've got a duty of care to you. We can't let you leave here in this kind of condition. So I was like, well fine, whatever. So they called the ambulance, talked to the people on the phone about it. Hear the sirens, literally they sirened it through. I don't know if they had the blues as well, but I don't think they did. But we heard the sirens go after about 10 minutes. So it's like, oh, they're here. They came through to the room. They couldn't feel my pulse. They were getting that my obs and stats and everything were low. My blood pressure was low. Pulse was low. Everything was just spiking then dropping and spiking and dropping. My vision was starting to get clearer by this time. I was starting to get a bit of colour back in my cheeks. Then when the paramedics turned up and they did a few things, my colour went out my cheeks and my face again. I was in there in total for about 2 hours. Normally it's like a 45-minute job, like half hour, 45 minutes, just weight, height, ECG, bloods, go. Ask a few questions, answer a few questions, blah 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 blah, go. 45 minutes tops, but it's 2 hours. The appointment was, I'll say, 2:30. They were a little bit late coming to me. I think it was about 38 minutes to 3 when they came. And it was about 4:20, I think, roughly, when I got home. Had to walk home. They didn't give me a lift or anything. I had to walk home, which I thought was a bit weird. So yeah, that was my Tuesday afternoon. Excuse me. They were like, well, no, we'd like you to take you to the doctor, not to the hospital. You don't have to. All they will do there would be like a chest scan and bloods. Like, well, it's bloods that's got me in the situation in the first place. So do I really want to go to to a hospital and suffer again, like I've just been going through. So they're like, humming and ahhing. I eventually got them to persuade, I eventually managed to persuade them to let me go home, but on the condition that we tried to get in touch with the doctor first, like my GP doctor, not the doctor in the medical place. So the phone that up and it was like a 45-minute wait, and she's like, "Where was the doctor's?" It's like, "It's across the road, literally, it's across the road. Like, you're coming out of the gate, cross over the road, and you're there." It's like literally opposite the road, literally. So she's like, "Oh, I'm going to go over then and have a word with them, see if we can get you in now." So she went over, one of the paramedics, and then after a few minutes she phoned her workmate and she's like, "I've got an appointment in 2 minutes, get your ass over here." So we went over, told the doctor, like the GP, what was going on. And he's like, "Oh, we'll do an ECG, and we'll see, look at your notes, and we'll wait for the bloods." And I laughed and I was like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Well, that's why I'm here, because we couldn't do the bloods because I was going through all this." He says, "Oh, well, you need bloods." And I'm like, yes. So I've now got to wait for an appointment to go and have more bloods done, actually, and hope that I can actually have them done this time. Also got to have another ECG done at the end of the month, where we're going to look at the ECG readings, find out why they're abnormal, see where we go from here. The paramedics may had a bit of an idea that it might be sleep apnea, because of the blood oxygen not going through my system properly, which is why it was dropping. Because I do snore at nights and I do tend to kind of die, basically. Mum's noticed that I will snore, and then I'll go deathly quiet, and then I'll snortle and grunt, and then start snoring again. So we all seem to think it could possibly be sleep apnea, but we'll see. And then, so I'm now literally just on tenterhooks, just waiting to find out what's going on. But I just thought I'd do this little video. It's almost over 30 minutes now. Just wanted to let you all know what's quick enough. So if I disappear at some point soon, and don't upload for ages, it's because I've had some sort of medical emergency. We'll see. I doubt anything serious will happen. I'll probably just get put on medication or whatever, because we've got heart conditions in the family and so on. My chest was a little bit tight as well for a little bit, but because I was lying down, and obviously because I'm quite a chunky person, the kind of weight of my bulk was kind of pushing down on my chest, which was causing it to hurt a little bit. Or at least that's what I think it was. It's -2, by the way, at the moment. So just down there. -2. Supposed to be getting down to -4 tonight. But no, I just wanted to do this video just to update you on my condition, because I've done plenty of mental health ones, but it's not that often I touch on my physical health, because it's not often I give a damn about my my physical health. So I'll leave it here. I will leave it here for now. Update you hopefully in a couple of weeks, if not before, when I go for more tests of whatever happens next. Take care, look after each other, because this is kind of scaring me a little bit. Goodbye.